a brand new year. Birthdays today, the people who were born on the last day of the year. Sir Anthony Hopkins, he's 85 today. Sarah Miles, she was a great actress. She could be. She's 81 today. Barbara Carrera, absolutely beautiful. She is 81. Guitarist Andy Summers of the Police, he's 80 years old today. Another Sir Ben Kingsley, he's 79. Tim Matheson is 75. Burton Cummings of the Guess Who, he is 75 today. We have bassist Tom Hamilton of Aerosmith. Don't hear from him very much. He's 71 today. James Remar of Dexter is 69. Bebe Neuwirth, she was Fraser's wife, or ex-wife eventually, on Cheers, and she was also in Madam Secretary. She's 64 today. Val Kilmer is 63. Guitarist Scott Ian of Anthrax, he's 59 today. Actor Gong Li, with 2020's Mulan and Memories of a Geisha, 57 today. Singer-actor Joe McIntyre of New Kids on the Block, he's 50 years old today. And singer Psy, he did that weird dance. He's 45 today. Local birthdays, they're coming up.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on FM 107.5. Don't miss any of the action as the Raiders contend for the AFC West title. Raiders football on FM 107.5, brought to you by
K Sushi Bar and Grill, Southwest Security, El Central RV and Service.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Alma Romero, Jessica Pacheco, Jessica Quesada, Irene Garcia, Maria Llanos, Jewel Lang, Maria Vega, Earl Ferguson, Emily Nicole Mulvihill. We have Rafael Gudino, Richard Castillo, Isaac Bravo, Conchita Briones, Jacob Aguirre, Marisol Granados, Teresa Castillo Munger, Dolores Lopez, and Norma Troll. Happy birthday to each and every one.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
Goddard's Gold. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Goddard's Gold.
And we are now ready for the World California News headlines, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Special Report. Condolences rolling in from around the world over the death of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI, who has died at the age of 95. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Outside the Vatican,
we feel very, very, very sad.
Crowds have been gathering all day to pay their respects.
I think it's the moment to think about the future of the earth, because the last Pope had a strong message about respect for the nature, for peace with the earth.
Funeral services will be held on Thursday. They'll be presided over by Pope Francis.
Vatican spokesman Matteo Bruni.
From the morning of Monday, the body of the Pope Emeritus will be in the Basilica of St. Peter's.
Benedict had been living at the Vatican since his resignation in 2013, side by side with Pope Francis. He was the first pope to step down in 600 years. He was also the first German pope in 1,000 years. CBS News Special Report. I'm Allison Keys.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Riverside County Sheriff's deputy was shot and killed in the line of duty Thursday afternoon. 32-year-old Isaiah Cordero was shot during a traffic stop. The suspect later died in a shootout with police on a freeway. Riverside County Sheriff's Chad Bianco said the suspect, William Shea McKay, had been convicted of a third strike, but a San Bernardino County judge lowered his bail and later released him following another arrest.
This terrible tragedy
should have been prevented by the legal system. McKay has an extensive, violent past and was convicted of his third strike in November of 2021.
A bit of lotto fever to end 2022. The Mega Millions jackpot hitting $640 million. ABC's DeMarco Morgan is in Altadena, California, where that $2 billion winning Powerball ticket was sold last month.
This pot has been growing since October. It's the biggest prize ever offered around New Year's. The lump sum, an estimated $328 million. Not a bad way to start 2023.
Like South Seda, California Headline News.
And the World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Locke Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts, Locke Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And it is time for your local news, page 1, brought to you by El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you at the El Centro Motors, in Brawley, at the Auto Center, at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. The holiday is well underway. If you haven't heard, California Highway Patrol went into their maximum enforcement last evening just after 6 p.m. Holiday patrol period will continue until just before midnight Sunday. MEP is when the CHP assigns as many officers as possible to patrol the roadways in an effort to keep motorists as safe as possible. Since this is a New Year's holiday, considered a drinking holiday, Highway Patrol will be enforcing all traffic laws, but they will be especially vigilant for DUIs. COVID-19 update. It was released Thursday. COVID information is provided by the County Public Health Department. According to the latest numbers, active cases of COVID-19 in Imperial County are now at 322. That's down from 398 cases reported earlier in the week. The COVID-19 tier metrics for Imperial County indicate new cases per day per 100,000 population at 18.10, with a positivity rate of 15.6%. Deaths attributed to the virus are they remain at 960. A surge in COVID is a possibility, according to health officials. Surge could hit after the holiday weekend. They recommend getting the COVID booster if you have not already done so. We'll have more in just a minute.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers are here for you. Lube, oil, and filter change, alignments, brakes, batteries, tune-ups, and so much more. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. And now, Quick Lane has 3 locations in the Valley. In the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, at El Centro Motors, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
And with the new year comes new laws. CHP has a few. They highlighted a few of the new laws. 2 new laws are designed to help combat catalytic converter thefts. One outlines who can sell catalytic converters to recycling centers, and the other one requires recyclers to archive the year, make, model, and copy of the vehicle title from the vehicle that the catalytic converter was removed from. Another law deals with motor vehicles, speed contests, and exhibitions of speed. Parking lots and off-street parking structures are added to the list where it's illegal to participate in races, burnouts, speeding, or sideshow activities. Another new law directs the Attorney General's office to create an online reporting system for users of third-party online marketplaces to report listings of suspected stolen property. Another new law deals with the safety and training programs for electric bicycles. Sacramento also released a few new laws that go into effect tomorrow. The one new law extends an existing law. It requires workplaces to continue providing employees with COVID-19 exposure notifications until 2024. California minimum wage goes up to $15.50 per hour. Beginning with the new year, phone calls will be free to people detained in California prisons and jails. Pedestrians will be able to jaywalk without getting a ticket. AB 44 bans the sale and manufacture of new fur clothing and accessories. Existing clothing is not covered under the law. Care Court will launch new judicial branches in 6 California counties in October, which would provide court-ordered mental health care to severely mentally ill, unhoused people. The rest of the state is expected to follow to implement the new system by the end of 2024. That's it. That's page one of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And on to page 2 of the local news. Brawley City Council had been scheduled to meet Tuesday in their first meeting of the year. That's not going to happen. Brawley City Council was to have met January 3rd. The city has issued a notice. It says the regular meeting of the City Council has been canceled. Notice was sent out by Deputy City Clerk of Fort Brawley, Thomas Garcia. Notice gave no other information. There will be a meeting in the County Board of Supervisors chambers. County elected to take the oath of office. Ceremony will be held Tuesday, January 3rd. Swearing-in ceremony is hosted by the County Registrar of Voters and the County of Imperial. Participating in the ceremony will be a newly elected Auditor Controller Karina Alvarez, Clerk Recorder Chuck Story, Treasurer Tax Collector Suzanne Bermudez, and Superintendent of Schools Todd Fennell. John Hawk won election as a county supervisor for District 5, but Hawk was administered the oath before Christmas. Ceremony will be held Tuesday, January 3rd, beginning at 10 a.m. It will be in the Board of Supervisors chambers at the County Administration Center, 940 West Main Street in El Centro. And the Blue Angels are coming back. They return to the Naval Air Facility El Centro. U.S. Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron will arrive at NAF El Centro January 3rd. FA-18 Super Hornets are expected to arrive at the local base at about 11:30 a.m. Commanding officer flying a number 1 plane is Commander Alexander P. Armata. This year, for the first time ever, there will be a woman as part of the flight demonstration team. Lieutenant Amanda Lee. Lee will be flying of the number 3 aircraft, the left wing. The Blue Angels winter home NAF El Centro will host the team until the traditional first performance of the year. NAF El Centro Air Show will be held on March 11th, 2023. We've got your weather coming up next.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic,
and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns. And that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
The high temperature yesterday, 66 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 53. National Weather Service says areas of dense fog will be possible this morning, mainly from Yuma to El Centro. Otherwise, more tranquil weather conditions will settle over the area for today as a brief high pressure moves through the region. By late tonight, however, a strong weather system will begin to impact the area, lasting through Sunday. Widespread rainfall and isolated thunderstorms with gusty winds are expected for Sunday morning. Another weaker disturbance may deliver more light precipitation on Tuesday, likely followed by a bit of drying trend and temperatures returning to around normal during the latter half of next week. Weather forecast calling for areas of a fog before 9 a.m. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, highs right near 70, south winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Showers likely tonight, mainly after 2 a.m. Mostly cloudy skies, overnight lows around 55, breezy with the winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation tonight at 70%. New Year's Day, there's a 40% chance of showers before 10 a.m. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies, highs right near 66. West winds 20 to 25 miles per hour, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly clear skies, overnight lows around 45. Monday, mostly sunny, highs right near 66. West to southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 54 degrees, 100% the relative humidity. That's a lot of humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is still good throughout the region.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
Goddard's Gold. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold. Goddard's Gold. Saturday, 9 p.m. to midnight, and Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Goddard's Gold.
And it is sports time. Well, Sports World Roundup is brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. College football bowl games. It is the season, you know. Friday's games featured a few. Capital One Orange Bowl. Tennessee defeated Clemson 31-14. In the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Pittsburgh got by UCLA 37-35. At the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, it was Notre Dame 45-38 over South Carolina. At the Duke's Mayo Bowl, it was Maryland over North Carolina State 16-12, and Ohio and Wyoming went into overtime at the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. Ohio defeated Wyoming 30-27. Bowl game scheduled for today. It'll be the All-State Sugar Bowl. Alabama taking on to Kansas State. The Trans Perfect Music City Bowl, Iowa at Kentucky, and the CFP semifinal at the Verbal Fist Bowl, TCU at Michigan, and the CFP semifinal at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Ohio State takes on Georgia. We have more sports coming up.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
And the NFL schedule for New Year's Day, it will be the 49ers at the Raiders. That's a game that you will hear on FM 107.5, your Raiders station for the Imperial Valley. That game will be on the air at around 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. Game starts at 1:05. The Sunday night football and Monday night football games, both on AM 1230 KXO. Sunday night, it's the Steelers at the Ravens. Bills take on the Bengals for the Monday night game. And the NBA scoreboard, it was the Wizards over the Magic at 119-100. Lakers won on LeBron's birthday. He did most of the scoring, too. 130-121 over the Hawks. LeBron puts in 47 points on his birthday. The Raptors beat the Suns 113-104. Bulls got by the Pistons 132-118. It was the Bucks over the Timberwolves 123-114. Pelicans beat the 76ers 127-116. Nuggets defeated the Heat 124-119. Warriors got by the Trailblazers 118-112. Kings defeated the Jazz 126-125. Couldn't get any closer than that. Sources say the Chargers' Derwin James Jr. Has avoided suspension for the hit on the Colts' Ashton Dulin. Chargers safety James will not be suspended for his helmet-to-helmet hit on the Colts receiver that resulted in his ejection from Monday night's game in Indianapolis. As part of the internal review of plays, NFL agreed with the personal foul call on James was unnecessary roughness due to a forcible contact with the helmet. According to sources, the league considered a suspension, but ultimately opted against it. James, 26, could still be subject to a fine, however. He makes a lot of money, so that doesn't matter. The only thing that stopped the Tennessee fans from singing Rocky Top as time was expiring Friday night was the need to serenade Joe Milton for something else. MVP, they chanted over and over, with good reason. Milton, who regained the starting job only after his close friend Hendon Hooker got hurt late in the year, led Tennessee to one of its finest moments in the past couple of decades. He completed 19 of 28 passes for 251 yards and 3 touchdowns, and number 6 Tennessee never trailed on its way to a 31-14 victory over number 7 Clemson in the Orange Bowl. I think we went over that. Notre Dame topped South Carolina in the highest scoring ever Gator Bowl. And women say, a woman says Gervonta Davis, a boxer, did not assault her. He called the police was, according to the woman, unnecessary. And New Jersey halts the Citrus Bowl betting. Purdue's Drew Brees is in violation of the regulations, according to sources. So Drew Brees could be in trouble. I don't know what's going to happen to him, though. That's it. That's a look at sports. You've been listening to Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneer Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneer's Memorial Healthcare District.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And it is time for the financial news and weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. Stocks slipped on Friday to end a brutal 2022 with a whimper as Wall Street wrapped up its worst year since 2008, according to, on a sour note. Dow Jones Industrial Average slid 75.55 points or 0.22% to close at 33,147.25. S&P 500 shed 0.25% to end at 3,839.29. 9.50. NASDAQ Composite ticked down 0.11% to 10,466.88. Friday marked the final day of trading in what has been a painful year for stocks. All three of the major averages suffered their worst year since 2008 and snapped a 3-year win streak. Dow fared the best of the indexes in 2022, down about 8.8%. S&P 500 sank 19.4% and is more than 20% below its record high, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ tumbled 33.1%. That's a look at business. Not a good look, but that's a look. Got your weather coming up next.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
The high temperature yesterday, 66 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 53. National Weather Service says areas of dense fog will be possible this morning, mainly from Yuma to El Centro. Otherwise, more tranquil weather conditions will settle over the area for today as a brief high pressure moves through the region. By late tonight, however, a strong weather system will begin to impact the area, lasting through Sunday. Widespread rainfall and isolated thunderstorms with gusty winds are expected for Sunday morning. Another weaker disturbance may deliver more light precipitation on Tuesday, likely followed by a bit of drying trend and temperatures returning to around normal during the latter half of next week. Weather forecast calling for areas of a fog before 9 a.m. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, highs right near 70. South winds at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Showers likely tonight, mainly after 2 a.m. Mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows around 55. Breezy with the winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation tonight at 70%. New Year's Day, there's a 40% chance of showers before 10 a.m. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies, highs right near 66. West winds 20 to 25 miles per hour, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly clear skies, overnight lows around 45. Monday, mostly sunny, highs right near 66. West to southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 55 degrees, 94%. The relative humidity still tremendously high, and there is still a bit of fog out there. Be very careful if you're driving around. Financial news and weather has been brought to you this morning by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns. And that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
And we're coming up on CBS News at the Tone. It will be exactly 8 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour. Sponsored by Clear.
I'm Allison Keyes in the Washington Bureau. Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI has died at the age of 95. CBS's Peter King has more about the history he made.
No one expected Pope Benedict to resign the papacy. Then again, 8 years earlier, not everyone would have bet that Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger would be elected head of the Roman Catholic Church.
There had not been a German pope for nearly 500 years.
And many people believe the popular wisdom was that there could not be a German pope.
Says scholar Reverend Thomas Williams. Additionally,
he was looked on as kind of a bad guy,
since his previous job was the church's defender of the faith, essentially the chief inquisitor. Still, he'd been a public figure for more than 20 years and was one of the most visible of the clerics after the death of his predecessor. So on April 19th, 2005, Peter King, CBS News.
The legendary TV host Barbara Walters has also died at the age of 93. She was on the air for more than 50 years with sometimes controversial interviews with everyone from former President Jimmy Carter to Michael Jackson. Walters broke down the doors for women in the news business as the first female co-host of the Today Show and as the first female anchor of a network evening news program. Publicist Jeannie Wolf.
She smoothed the road for women as interviewers and as journalists. We have to remember how hard they made it for her. The male anchors did not like accepting her as a co-anchor.
Turning now to Washington, where the Democrat-led House Ways and Means Committee released 6 years of former President Trump's tax returns. He had fought for years to keep them secret. CBS's Scott McFarlane.
Trump, in a recorded statement, called the release a political attack.
The seizure of these confidential records was completely unconstitutional. There is no legitimate legislative purpose for their action. And if you look at what they've done, it's so sad for our country.
There are new attacks on Ukraine now, where Russia has launched more than a dozen missiles. Russian President Putin says historical rightness is on his nation's side. Hugo Beshega is with the BBC.
The attacks happened 2 days after Russia carried out one of the largest airstrikes on Ukraine since the start of the war. President Zelensky had warned Russia could launch more attacks to make Ukrainians celebrate the new year in darkness.
In New Zealand, fireworks helping to ring in the new year. North Korea celebrated 2023 about an hour ago, and Taiwan's ceremonies are happening right now. The ball drops in New York City tonight. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Clear, a faster, easier way through airport security. Try today for 2 months free by visiting clearme.com/CBS22 or use code CBS22.
So I switched to Boost Mobile and got this free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone.
Why do you think they call it the Galaxy?
Maybe because the Samsung Galaxy A23 has a huge screen, and galaxies are huge gravitationally bound systems of stars rotating around a supermassive black hole.
And the phone is free?
When you switch to Boost Mobile.
Cool. You lost me at gravitationally bound.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. Limited time offer while supplies last. New customers only. Excludes tax. One device offer per line. Only available on certain networks. 5G not available everywhere. Additional restrictions apply. See local Boost Mobile store for details.
Be ready for winter weather with Rain-X Advantage wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase a pair of Rain-X Advantage wiper blades and save $10 plus get 2 times O Rewards points. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
There are privacy concerns in the nation's capital over public housing and a lawsuit.
Shyla Pondexter Moore has lived in D.C. public housing for 14 years. She says in her lawsuit that what she calls disproportionate surveillance at the property where she lives is an invasion of her privacy. In 2017, she refused to let workers into her apartment to install a security system. In 2018, she was arrested and told she didn't have the right to refuse entry. Her suit says there are now more than 80 cameras in her complex, some of which, she says, can see into her apartment unless she covers her windows. She's asking for a monetary settlement and the removal of the cameras. Christopher Cruz, CBS News, Washington.
The fashion designer who put the punk in punk rock, Vivienne Westwood, has died. She was 81 years old. If you used to show up at 1970s concerts in torn clothes held together by safety pins, that was her vision. Her later designs, more tailored. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
You'd never knowingly feed your pup mystery meat or spoiled grocery store food, so why are those some of the most common protein sources in kibble today? Yep, the dog food ingredient meat meal can be made of spoiled supermarket meat and packing plant scraps.
I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. Your dog needs a biologically appropriate diet similar to what they would eat in the wild. That's why I developed Nature's Blend, a freeze-dried raw food made with premium cuts of meat, omega-3 rich seeds, and superfood veggies and fruit.
Bailey is 12 years old. He has been on your
your food for 9 bags now.
Nature's Blend is pantry safe and has 0 artificial preservatives, additives, filler, or meat meal.
He's got more energy, able to run around and play when our grandson comes.
For a limited time, save 54% off Nature's Blend and receive a free pack of premium dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/Marty or text Marty to 511-511.
I can't thank you enough. He's 12, and I'm enjoying every day with him.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 1 additional text. Text stop to opt out.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Gentlemen, I would like to introduce
George Gale.
I got style. I'm cultured. I'm sophisticated.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230 KXO.